What if I told you one of the greatest ancient philosophers believed marriage is the biggest source of human misery? This philosopher was none other than Diogenes, the man who lived in a barrel, rejected wealth, and mocked society's rules. While others praised love and family, Diogenes shocked people by saying, "Marriage is misery." But why would a wise man reject something so sacred? Was he crazy? Or was he brutally honest? To understand this, let's step back into ancient Greece, a world of arranged marriages, dowries, and strict gender roles. In that society, marriage wasn't about love. It was often about money, property, and control. Diogenes looked at this system and laughed. To him, it wasn't a union of souls. It was a prison. He once said, "Marriage is the chief cause of human misfortunes." But he wasn't just hating for no reason. He believed marriage destroyed the freedom of both men and women. And freedom, for Diogenes, was the highest goal in life. Imagine giving up your independence, your choices, and your peace of mind, just to fit into society's rules. Diogenes thought it was madness. Why would anyone willingly chain themselves? Do you think Diogenes was wrong, or was he simply exposing a hidden truth? Let's go deeper. Diogenes noticed that most marriages turned into power struggles, not partnerships. Men wanted control. Women were forced into obedience. Love, he believed, was nowhere to be found. Heaviest shadow style. Diogenes didn't just criticize, he mocked marriage openly in front of everyone. He once joked that marriage is like trying to carry fire in your hands. It will always burn you. For Diogenes, real happiness came from self-sufficiency, not from depending on a partner or society. That's why he preferred living in a barrel instead of living in a house filled with constant fights. So when Diogenes said marriage is misery, he wasn't just being cruel. He was challenging society's most sacred institution. Diogenes compared marriage to slavery. He said, when you marry, you lose your freedom to another person. He believed a husband becomes a master and a wife becomes a servant. Equality was almost impossible. But here's the twist. Diogenes didn't just blame women. He believed men also suffered in marriage. To Diogenes, both genders were tracked. Men lost their peace, women lost their freedom. He once mocked husbands by saying, "A wise man would never willingly put himself under such torment." Marriage, he said, forces people into roles they never chose. Do you agree with Diogenes, but most marriages are more about duty than love? Instead of finding happiness, couples spend years fighting over money, loyalty, and control. To Diogenes, this was madness. Why would a free human choose chains over independence? He even joked that marriage was like sharing your house with your enemy. In his eyes, marriage didn't solve loneliness. It created new problems. Diogenes argued that society forces people to marry because of tradition, not because it truly makes them happy. Have you ever noticed how many people marry just because it's the right time, not because they really want to? Diogenes believed this pressure was dangerous. It pushed people into lifelong misery. His advice was simple: stay free, stay honest, and never marry just to please society. But wait, was Diogenes against all women, or just against the institution of marriage? The truth is, Diogenes believed women should also be trained in philosophy and strength, just like men. This was radical in his time because women were mostly restricted to the home. So while Diogenes mocked marriage, he didn't think women were inferior. He thought the system was corrupt. His real fight wasn't with love or women. It was with the chains society called marriage. Diogenes didn't just criticize marriage, he made jokes so brutal that people were left speechless. He once compared marriage to carrying water in a leaking jar. No matter how hard you try, you'll always be empty. Another time, he joked that a man who marries should expect double the work and half the peace. Do you think he was exaggerating, or was he secretly telling the truth about married life? People in Athens were shocked by Diogenes' words. Many thought he was insulting their way of life. Priests, politicians, and even ordinary citizens called him shameless and disrespectful. But Diogenes didn't care. He believed truth was more important than popularity. He would rather live alone in a barrel than live miserably in a marriage. His radical lifestyle was proof that he practiced what he preached: freedom above everything. To him, even love was dangerous if it came with chains of duty and control. Heart. So here's the question for us today. Is marriage truly a path to happiness, or just a social trap? Of course, not everyone agreed with Diogenes. Many philosophers like Aristotle and Socrates valued family life. But Diogenes wanted us to challenge assumptions, even about something as sacred as marriage. He forced people to ask, are we marrying for love, or are we marrying because society tells us to? This question still matters today. Just look at the rising divorces, unhappy couples, and broken homes. Maybe Diogenes wasn't against love itself, but against fake love, built on duty and lies. In the end, his philosophy was simple: be free, be honest, don't let society chain you with traditions. So what do you think? Was Diogenes a wise truth-teller, or just a bitter cynic who hated marriage? If you enjoyed exploring Diogenes' radical views, make sure to subscribe for more philosophical stories that challenge the way we live. This was Miral Animations. Remember, freedom may be rare, but questioning society is the first step to finding it.